Welcome the anointed ones. The most dangerous person alive is the one who no longer seeks permission to exist, chosen ones. You're not just walking through life, you're tearing down the walls people built to contain you. Here's a fact. Studies show that when people can't understand or control someone, they're more likely to fear or envy them. Congratulations. You're living rent-free in the minds of your haters, and they're scrambling like rats trying to find the exit. You're not dangerous because you fight back. You're dangerous because you don't have to. Your silence cuts deeper than their words. Your presence is an unspoken command, and your glow reminds them of the darkness they're stuck in. But let's be honest, watching them run away is almost too much fun, isn't it? At number one, your energy is unpredictable. Your energy is unpredictable, and that's what makes you untouchable. People don't know what to expect from you, and that terrifies them. One moment you're calm and focused, quietly working on your goals. The next, you're a storm, tearing through obstacles like they were never there. It's not chaos, it's calculated unpredictability. You move with a purpose so sharp that it cuts through every expectation people try to place on you. This is what makes you so dangerous. They can't pin you down, and that frustrates them. They don't know whether to fear you, admire you, or try to stop you. And when people can't predict your next move, they can't plan their attacks. You're always 10 steps ahead because you don't follow a script. They're busy preparing for a fight, and you're already building something bigger. You keep them on edge because your energy shifts when it needs to. You adapt, you evolve, you show up when it matters most in ways they never saw coming. That's why your haters run. They're not just running from you, they're running from their inability to control or understand you. It's not just about being unpredictable to others, it's about surprising even yourself. You push limits, step into places you've never been before, and do things they thought were impossible. While they stay in their comfort zones, you're out there setting the world on fire. You're the wild card in a world full of rules, and that makes you unstoppable. They've never seen anyone like you because people like you aren't supposed to exist. And yet, here you are. A living, breathing paradox that keeps everyone guessing, whether they love you or fear you. Either way, they can't look away. Number two, you defy labels. You defy labels, and that's where your power lies. People desperately want to categorize you, to put you in a box that makes sense to them, but you refuse to make it that easy. You're too dynamic, too layered, too complex for their one-dimensional definitions. It's unsettling for them, because in a world where labels offer comfort and clarity, you are an enigma that refuses to be solved. They try to call you too much, too little, too loud, too quiet, but none of it sticks. One day you're breaking the rules, the next you're rewriting them entirely. You're the person who laughs in the face of expectations and does what feels right, not what's convenient. People aren't used to that kind of freedom, and it makes them uneasy. To them, you're a mirror, reflecting everything they wish they had the courage to be. Your refusal to conform threatens the very foundation of their worldview. They need you to stay in one lane because it's easier for them to deal with. But you're not here to make anyone comfortable. You're here to grow, evolve, and stretch beyond what even you thought was possible. Their confusion is not your burden. It's proof that you're playing a bigger game. What makes you dangerous is that they can't predict you. You're not one thing, you're everything. You're not consistent in the way they expect because your consistency is tied to your growth, not their standards. And that scares them. People fear what they don't understand, and they'll either try to label you or run from you. Either way, it doesn't matter, because you're too busy living fully and authentically to care about what box they're trying to shove you into. You're uncontainable, and that's your greatest strength. Number three, your comebacks are ruthless. Your comebacks are ruthless, and that's what sets you apart. When life, or your haters, throws you to the ground, you don't just get up. You rise like a force of nature, stronger and more determined than before. It's not about revenge or proving anyone wrong, it's about proving yourself right. You don't respond to setbacks with pity or excuses. You respond with action, growth, and a level of resilience that leaves people speechless. What makes you dangerous is that you don't stay down. You take every loss, every insult, and every failure and turn it into fuel. While others wallow in defeat, you're already plotting your next move. You don't waste time explaining yourself or arguing with those who doubt you. Instead, you let your success deliver the loudest, most undeniable response. That kind of silence is deafening. It echoes in the minds of your haters long after you've moved on. Your comebacks are calculated, not emotional. You don't act out of anger or desperation. You act with precision. Every move you make is deliberate, and every victory is a reminder to everyone who doubted you that they underestimated the wrong person. That's what rattles them the most. Not just that you came back, but how you did it. You don't just bounce back, you transform. The truth is, they can't handle the fact that nothing can break you. Not their opinions, not their attempts to sabotage you, not even your own failures. Every time you rise, it's a warning to anyone foolish enough to stand in your way. Your comebacks aren't just about survival, they're about domination. You don't just recover, you thrive, and that makes you unstoppable. Number 4, you intimidate with authenticity. You intimidate with authenticity because you show up as yourself, unapologetically. No mask, no filter, no fake smiles, just raw, unfiltered truth. That kind of honesty is rare, and for many it's terrifying. In a world full of people hiding behind carefully curated facades, you stand out like a blazing fire in the dark. It's not because you're trying to be different, it's because you've decided that being real is non-negotiable. Your authenticity doesn't just make you stand out, it shakes people to their core. It forces them to confront their own masks, their own lies, and their own insecurities. When you show up fully as yourself, you disrupt the fragile realities they've built around pretending to be something they're not. It's not your intention to make them uncomfortable, but your very presence does exactly that. What makes you so dangerous is that you don't seek approval. You don't bend to fit into spaces or mold yourself to meet expectations. This freedom, this courage to be yourself, is intimidating because most people don't have it. They envy it, they resent it, and they fear it all at once. They can't control you because you don't play by the rules they've been taught to follow. Your rawness is magnetic to some and repellent to others, but either way, it's unforgettable. People don't know how to deal with someone who refuses to fake it, so they either admire you or avoid you. But their reactions don't matter to you because you've realized something they haven't, that real power comes from living your truth. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Just by being authentically you, you've already won. Number 5, you're a threat to mediocrity. You're a threat to mediocrity because you refuse to settle for anything less than greatness. While others are busy making peace with good enough, you're out there chasing more, reaching higher and breaking barriers they didn't even know existed. Your ambition doesn't just challenge the limits of what's possible, it exposes the complacency of those around you. And for some, that's a bitter pill to swallow. Your existence is a constant reminder to others of what they've chosen to ignore, their own potential. When they see you striving, building, and thriving, it forces them to confront the fact that they've stopped trying. They've made excuses, told themselves it's too hard, too risky, or simply not worth it. But then you walk in, proving them wrong just by being you, and it stings. You're living proof that the excuses they cling to are nothing more than fear wearing a mask. This is why mediocrity despises ambition. You challenge the status quo and, by extension, those who've made it their home. Your drive is a mirror they can't avoid, reflecting back their lack of effort, their unfulfilled dreams, and the goals they abandoned along the way. It's not that they hate you, they hate the version of themselves they've chosen to bury. But here's the thing, you don't do it for them. You're not out here grinding to make anyone else feel small. You're chasing your own potential, refusing to let life pass you by without giving it everything you've got. It's not your fault they feel threatened, it's their fear of failure that's eating them alive. You're not just ambitious, you're unstoppable, and for people who've settled, that kind of energy is terrifying. Number 6, you weaponize pain. You weaponize pain in a way that leaves people stunned. What would destroy someone else only sharpens you. Pain doesn't break you, it builds you. Every setback, every betrayal, every disappointment becomes another brick in the fortress you're constructing. It's not that you're immune to pain, it's that you've learned how to use it. You've turned what others fear into your greatest ally. When life knocks you down, you don't just get back up. You rise stronger, smarter, and hungrier. You take the lessons buried in the struggle and use them to climb even higher. People watch, waiting for the pain to stop you, but instead it propels you forward. They see you stumble and think you're finished, only to realize later that you've used the setback as fuel to light an even bigger fire. Your resilience terrifies them because it's unshakable. They can't figure out how you keep going when others would have given up long ago. Every time you refuse to be defeated, it reminds them of their own limitations. They see in you what they lack, the ability to endure, adapt, and thrive. That's what makes you so dangerous. They know they can't break you no matter how hard they try. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It sharpens your focus, deepens your strength, and fuels your ambition. While others let it paralyze them, you channel it into action. And that's why you're unstoppable. The harder life hits, the more dangerous you become. Because for you, pain isn't the end, it's just the beginning of your next breakthrough. Number 7, you redefine the rules. You redefine the rules because you refuse to accept limitations that don't make sense to you. While others blindly follow what they're told, you question everything. Why? Because you see beyond the surface. You understand that the rules were created by people no smarter than you, and if they don't fit your vision, you're not afraid to break them, or better yet, rewrite them entirely. You're not out to rebel for the sake of rebellion. This isn't about defiance or proving a point. It's about creating something better. You don't reject the system because you're reckless. You do it because it's outdated, ineffective, or simply not built for someone with your ambition. You see gaps where others see walls, and instead of accepting what's handed to you, you create your own blueprint. This terrifies people because it disrupts their sense of order. Most people are comfortable following rules, even if those rules keep them stuck. But you're dangerous because you don't just follow the game, you change it. When the system doesn't suit your goals, you don't give up or settle. You find another way, and in doing so, you show others that the limits they've accepted are just illusions. It's not about disrespecting tradition, it's about evolution. You're not afraid to challenge the norm because you know that growth requires change. And while some will see your approach as audacious or even threatening, deep down, they know you're right. By refusing to accept the status quo, you're not just carving a path for yourself, you're setting a new standard for everyone else. That's not rebellion, that's leadership. Number 8, you're proof that power is silent. You're proof that power is silent because you've mastered the art of presence. You don't need to say a word or make a grand entrance. When you walk into a room, the energy shifts. People notice you, not because you're loud, but because your aura commands attention without even trying. There's a quiet intensity about you that makes everything around you feel more focused, more purposeful, more alive. You don't seek validation or recognition, you exude it naturally. What makes this so powerful is that you don't need to force your way into conversations or assert your dominance. You don't rely on volume or dramatics. Your presence speaks for itself. It's the way people subconsciously adjust when you're near, how the room seems to align with your energy, and how everyone instinctively knows to respect your space. You've reached a point where simply being yourself is enough to make others acknowledge your worth. This kind of power is intimidating because it's rare. Most people feel they have to shout, compete, or prove themselves to be heard. You've learned that true strength doesn't need to be advertised, it simply is. It's a quiet confidence that leaves a lasting impression long after you've left the room. While others are busy trying to be seen or heard, you've already made your mark. You've taught the world that real power doesn't need to scream. It whispers, and in its silence, it commands respect that nothing else can match. Number 9, your vision is unreachable. Your vision is unreachable because your dreams are so audacious. They push the boundaries of what others believe is possible. While most people are stuck in their comfort zones, dreaming small and settling for what's safe, you're thinking beyond the horizon. Your goals aren't just big, they're massive, bold, and untamed. And that's what makes them so terrifying to those who can't see past their own limitations. To them, your ambitions are like a distant galaxy they'll never reach. They can't fathom the kind of scale you're working with, the depth of possibility you're chasing. You're not just trying to succeed in one area. You're out here reshaping entire industries, redefining success itself. You're building legacies that will outlast you, crafting a future that doesn't even exist yet. And because they can't see what you see, they can only look at you with a mixture of awe and fear. Your dreams aren't relatable to those who are afraid to take risks, to step into the unknown. Your vision doesn't fit into their neat, comfortable boxes, and that's what makes them uncomfortable. But to you, that's exactly the point. You don't dream for validation or to fit in with others. You dream because your potential has no limits. You see worlds they can't even imagine, and that makes you a force they can't quite grasp. The fact that your vision seems unreachable only fuels your drive to make it happen. You're not scared by how impossible it looks to others. You're driven by the challenge, the thrill of knowing that your dreams will always be too big for the world around you. And while they doubt, you're already creating the future. Number 10. You don't chase, you attract. You don't chase, you attract. It's not just that opportunities come your way, it's that they can't help but gravitate toward you. Whether it's people, possibilities, or even enemies, they find themselves drawn to your energy, whether they want to or not. You've become a magnet for everything that aligns with your mission and purpose, and that kind of pull is impossible to replicate. What makes this so powerful is that you don't need to hustle or beg for what's yours. You've figured out that the best things don't come from chasing after them. They come when you show up as your most authentic, powerful self. Your energy is so magnetic that it attracts the right people and the right situations into your life without you even trying. People are naturally drawn to you, not because you seek attention, but because your presence is undeniable. And it's not just the positive stuff that's attracted to you. Even your enemies can't resist coming into your orbit. It's not that you want them there. It's that your strength, your success, and your confidence make them feel small, forcing them to either challenge you or retreat in fear. But again, you don't chase them either. They are drawn to you because you represent everything they can't achieve: your growth, your vision, and your resilience. The beauty of this is that you've learned the secret. Your energy creates its own momentum. You don't need to work for what you deserve. You just need to keep evolving, keep shining, and keep attracting everything meant for you. The rest will follow, and those who are meant to be a part of your journey will find their way in. They can't resist your pull, and neither can you. Number 11. You hold up a mirror. You hold up a mirror whether you intend to or not. Your success forces people to face the parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. It's not you they're angry with, it's what you represent. Every step you take, every goal you crush, every boundary you push reveals the gap between where you are and where they are. Your existence highlights their own stagnation, and that's what they can't stand. You're not trying to expose anyone, but you do it anyway, simply by being who you are. The truth is uncomfortable for those who are too afraid to chase their own dreams or challenge their own limits. Your achievements make their excuses feel hollow. They can't stand the mirror you hold up to their lives, showing them how far they've fallen short of their own potential. It's not your success they hate, it's the reminder that they've settled for mediocrity. The fear of confronting their own missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential makes them lash out at you. You've become the symbol of everything they could be but aren't willing to become. You're a living testament to what's possible when you refuse to stay in the comfort of complacency. And that makes them uncomfortable. Your growth forces them to question their own choices, their own fears, and their own lack of ambition. They hate what you've become because it challenges everything they've convinced themselves is enough. But the truth is, you're not responsible for their feelings. You didn't ask to make them uncomfortable. You just chose to live your truth. Your success isn't about putting them down. It's about elevating yourself to a level they can't yet reach. And as long as you keep growing, that mirror will keep reflecting back the truth they'd rather avoid. Number 12. You're the villain in their story and the hero in yours. You're the villain in their story and the hero in yours. To those who don't understand you, you're dangerous, unpredictable, and a threat to everything they've built. They label you as the antagonist in the narrative they've created about the world, and in their minds, your success is a challenge to their own mediocrity. But you don't care to explain yourself because you're not here to fit into anyone else's story. You're too busy writing your own legend, one that no one will forget. You've learned that when you pursue greatness, you won't be understood by everyone. In fact, most people will misinterpret your actions, label you as aggressive or arrogant, or cast you as someone who stands in the way of their comfort zone. But the truth is, you're not concerned with their misconceptions. They can call you whatever they like because you know that they can't see the bigger picture. You're not here to please them. You're here to build something lasting, something that will echo through time long after their opinions fade. To them, you might be a villain, but to you, you're the hero of your own epic. You're the one who refuses to settle, the one who defies the odds, and the one who dares to dream big. Every challenge you face, every roadblock they throw in your path, only adds to the legend you're creating. You're not looking for approval from anyone. You're too focused on creating something that will inspire generations to come. So let them view you as the villain. You know the truth. You're the hero of a story that's only just beginning, and one day they'll look back and realize they were just supporting characters in your rise. Number 13. Your silence is louder than their screams. Your silence is louder than their screams because you have mastered the art of letting your actions speak for you. While others shout, criticize, or try to tear you down, you stay quiet. Not because you can't respond, but because you don't need to. Your results do the talking, and the impact is undeniable. Nothing shuts down noise like undeniable success, and you've learned that proving yourself doesn't require words. Haters thrive on attention. They want to provoke you into a reaction. They scream their opinions, spread their doubts, and hope to drag you into their chaos. But when you refuse to engage, their power evaporates. Your silence frustrates them because it denies them the satisfaction of seeing you flinch. Instead, you channel your energy where it matters, toward progress, growth, and achieving things they can only dream of. It's not about ignoring them, it's about outpacing them. While they're busy talking about you, you're busy building something they can't touch. And when the results start rolling in, their words lose all meaning. That's when they realize your silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. You were focused, deliberate, and too far ahead for their noise to matter. This kind of quiet confidence is rare, and it's intimidating. People aren't used to someone who doesn't crave validation or feel the need to argue. Your ability to stay composed while they unravel speaks volumes about your strength. They can scream all they want, but at the end of the day, it's your success that will echo. And when the dust settles, they'll be left with nothing but their own empty noise, while you stand tall, unbothered, and victorious. In a world full of noise, mediocrity, and fear, you stand as a testament to what happens when you refuse to settle, refuse to conform, and refuse to apologize for your existence. You don't need to chase anything, opportunities, respect, or validation, because your energy, your drive, and your authenticity pull everything you deserve into your orbit. Your silence is more powerful than their screams, and your resilience is so relentless that it breaks the very limitations they've placed on themselves. You've mastered the art of turning pain into fuel, of rewriting the rules, and of building a legacy that terrifies those who can't keep up. The haters? They don't hate you. They hate the mirror you hold up to their own mediocrity. And while they desperately try to tear you down, you're too busy creating a story that will be told for generations. You are the hero in your own narrative, and while they try to paint you as the villain in theirs, your vision is so vast, so powerful, that it can't be contained by anyone's small mind. You are the force they never saw coming, the one they can't stop because your power isn't loud or desperate. It's silent, steady, and unstoppable. And as you continue to rise, know this. They may never understand, but they will always remember. You've already won the game, and the world will be forced to watch as you rewrite the rules for everyone else. If this message resonated with you, if you felt that spark of recognition, that reminder of your own power, then I invite you to join this journey. Hit that subscribe button, and let's continue to rise together. Your support means more than just a click. It's a shared commitment to greatness, to rewriting the rules, and to creating a legacy that can't be ignored. Like, comment, and share if this spoke to you, because when we unite, we fuel each other's growth. Let's show the world what we're capable of. You don't just belong here, you're meant to be here. Thank you for being part of this movement. Stay blessed.